Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Thea George and I'm here with Littlejohn of EBA Clearing. We're at EBA Day 2016 in Milan and we're talking about instant payments. Hayes, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So here at EBA Day, EBA Clearing has provided a sneak preview of its new instant payment system design. What were the key messages from your information session?
Well, there were lots of key messages. I'll highlight a couple of them. What we tried to do is show potential users of the system how the system is going to work. And a couple of features that we showed in particular were how liquidity management is going to work and how the cycles can be managed on an automated basis throughout the night and on weekends out of our target to operating hours. The other thing that we wanted to show is how flexible the system is going to be to cater for specific needs of communities or for also managing liquidity or managing things that go above and beyond what the instant payment scheme is requiring. So examples of this might be we can provide for a higher amount, we can provide for faster processing times if a community or a group of participants would like to use it. The other thing that we wanted to do is make sure that also our potential users understood that participants or the people wanting to use the system didn't always necessarily have to be a direct or indirect participant. We do have an access model which allows these accessible account servicing PSPs to use the system without being a participant.
So who's had input into the system design? Have you had input from future users and stakeholders?
Well, the input is being primarily given from the 39 funding banks who've agreed to help us fund this project to get it up and off the ground. So each of the funding banks has the right to bring an expert into the discussions, and that has allowed them to participate and shape the system to their needs. The really interesting thing here is that since our 39 funding banks come from 15 different countries throughout Europe, and actually through their banking groups are able to represent business in all European countries, all SEPA countries, we have pretty broad coverage. And what that means is that what we're going to have is a system that is able to cater to all of the needs of all of Europe and create something that's truly pan-European.
So what are the next milestones in the delivery of this new infrastructure, and is the project on time?
Yeah, the project is progressing very, very well. We will publish these specs in the summer. There are two open points that we do have to close that are a little bit delaying the publication of the specs in our view. One of them has to do with the settlement model, and here the European Central Bank is trying to moderate a process so that all of the CSMs that would like to offer instant payments are using the same model. And that needs to run its course before we can start building, otherwise we would be building to the wrong model. The other one has to do with an open point in the scheme itself, and that has to do with timeouts in the system. We've identified a potential issue where if we go ahead as according to the scheme and allow the timeout processing to happen with no news is good news concept, there could be a problem for the sending bank and even the payer to know where their payment actually stands and then not have confidence in the product in the end. So that's what's driving a little bit of delays on those specifications. After the publication of the specifications, which we plan to make available to all potential users, not just those who funded it, and this is key to achieving reach and allowing everybody who might want to be participating or using the system to get a head start. We will go into this build process, which will start towards the end of the summer. And our preferred partner, who is SIA, will do a lot of the coding at this point and allow us to then work on the operational and legal aspects of the system. Towards the beginning of next year, we will have the system in production, or no, sorry, in test, and we will be able to then allow users to come and test it. We will go through a pilot phase towards the middle of next year, and we will go live concurrently with the scheme, which is scheduled for November 2017.